When the Clarity Act passes, and it will, the crypto winter will be over. This is a very important statement and message that was put out by Rick Edelman. He stated the Clarity Act still needs 7 more Democratic votes to clear the full Senate and to reach the president's desk. And make no mistake about it, President Trump said as soon as it hits his desk, he will sign the bill. The market is watching this closer than anything else they have ever watched before. And this statement from this clip, it is spot on. The crypto winter will come to an end as soon as the Clarity Act gets signed over by President Trump.
I do believe that if the bill passes, the winter's over. You will see prices skyrocket and we'll hit all-time highs really, really quick. That's what I'm really looking forward to and I'm excited about. This crypto winter snuck up on us. Nobody saw it coming and there was no single catalyst as in past winters. But I've created a list of 9 reasons, each of them innocuous, but you add them all up, put them all together in the same time frame, and they were 9 straws that annoyed the camel.
Give me your bull and bear case. The bill passes, we reach new all-time highs. What is that new all-time high?
I'm still on record that Bitcoin will be $500,000 by the end of the decade.
$500,000 Bitcoin by the end of the decade. And you know what? As crazy as that sounds, I'm with him. I agree with it. You already know my plan. I've been stacking stable coins for the longest time. If you're not a member of the Patreon group, that's why you should become a member. Links down below. I will be deploying a massive amount of capital into Bitcoin once we get the bottom. I've been following FortisX for quite some time, and what I like is that they continue to move towards greater transparency and security. Their platform is designed for long-term holders who want to put assets like XRP to work through liquidity pools and simply instead of keeping them idle. Over the past months, the team has completed audits with CertiK and Cyberscope, and they made the company publicly visible through SEC Edgar filings. And recently, they launched a 50,000 CertiK bug bounty program so independent security researchers can test the platform. They clearly keep investing in security and transparency, which is exactly what you want to see from a project, folks. If you've been holding XRP for the long term and you want to learn more, check out the link. Twitter is way too bullish right now. Everyone's bullish. I'm not. I haven't been for quite some time. I told you Bitcoin's going to 40 to 50,000. I made the video and I explained. There is only one unknown path right now. When Bitcoin starts to lose market cap dominance, is that money going to rotate into altcoins like we've seen all the way since 2013? Over a decade's worth of data, there has always been a rotation, but we have yet to see that rotation. We didn't see it when this run started in 2024. We didn't see it in 2025 when we got like a second wind, a second push up. But do we see it this time? Rick's right here. As soon as this bill is signed, I expect fireworks. But I want those fireworks to be when we are at a bullish time in the market. When Bitcoin's already at a new all-time high. When XRP's already at a new all-time high. Then we can start layering in this amazing news to send it even higher, folks. Now do the math. Bitcoin hit about 125,000. XRP say got to 350. Okay. Bitcoin, he's saying 500,000. About what? A 4x from there? A 4x, XRP 350, a 4x, you're looking at what? $14, $15? I'm not mad about that. Are you going to be mad about that? Are you mad about that? If you do, worst case scenario, you need to wait another 3.5 years before this decade comes to an end. Would you be mad at a $14, $15 XRP? Even say double digits, $10. I wouldn't be. I know you wouldn't be either. I know you don't want to wait. I get that. But I also know you don't want to work another 30, 35 years, maybe 20 years. I get that as well, folks. Now we move over to this. CZ Binance was over on Crypto America, and he's like, look, AI agents will need money, and that money will be crypto. He stated the future isn't just AI tools. It's these autonomous AI agents that act on your behalf, that book you a flight, that buy a movie tickets, that order products online. AI will become the worker and crypto will become the money. But in order for a system like that to work, you need something that is fast. You need something that is cheap. And you need something that can settle everything instantly. Because if you say you go to buy a movie ticket through your AI agent and it takes 3 days like Bitcoin to settle, and you already have possession of that movie ticket and that money never goes through, those companies are going to lose out on a lot of money. They'll be giving out a lot of free movie tickets. So what do you need? You need something that your AI agent buys you the movie ticket, boom, settlement's done, no refunds can occur. Listen to this clip, everyone.
You recently predicted that AI agents will execute 10,000 times more transactions than humans. Do you really see that blockchain rails and crypto is going to sort of be phased out by humans and starting to get replaced by sort of AI agents and bots? I mean, is the future of crypto going to be AI?
I would kind of phrase it slightly differently. I wouldn't say humans will be phased out. I think, well, number one is a lot of the agents are going to be working for humans, hopefully. So we don't want the other way around. So I think a lot of the agents, they may be autonomous in the sense that they can execute complex tasks relatively independently, but most of them are working for a purpose that's defined by a human. So the money they're spending, etc., or the money they're making is probably for a human. So even though humans, it's just that I view AI as a tool. If we develop it correctly, AI should be a tool that increases our productivity, increases our reach, increases our ability to do more things. There are tools that transact on our behalf, but they also need that tool needs it needs the money that they can use programmatically. Like that's blockchain, right? So those new tools will generate a lot more transactions than what we were able to do before, because AI is more automated, more kind of can run in the background autonomously. They can do more things that we may not be able to do before. But I wouldn't say humans will be completely phased out unless AI completely takes over and then we end our civilization.
We have bigger problems.
That's a bigger problem. Then we will not be worried about crypto.
Look, CZ's a very smart man. He's right. Humans are not getting phased out. AI is a tool. It's a tool to make what you do more efficient. That is how AI is used, which moves us over to this. We talked about this in the last video. Is XRP on pace, on scale to become the next Bitcoin? Brad Garlinghouse believes it's going to. He talked about that on Bloomberg, which leads us over to the Swift part, because in this video you are going to hear that Ripple's end goal, it was always to replace Swift.
It really was about trying to form a better messaging system, sort of something that updated the Swift approach and leveraging cryptography and blockchain technology to make that real time, to sort of address some of the challenges that are inherent with a system that's been around for 40 or 50 years. That didn't involve cryptocurrencies. That didn't involve really solving the liquidity challenge associated with cross-border payments. But over time, as our customer base got more comfortable with the technology and saw the opportunity and saw that we were able to abstract the complexity away and really just deliver the benefit they were seeking, we then sort of went to this next step, which was addressing liquidity by leveraging a digital asset. In our case, we used one called XRP as a bridge currency between really a fiat transaction. So from the end user's perspective, they didn't really understand or need to understand that crypto was involved. All they saw was faster, it was cheaper, it was more reliable, it was available 24/7. So all big improvements on what was happening before. And so we're continuing to move down that continuum, if you will, and we're taking more and more of the complexity on our backs, getting even into the flow of funds as opposed to just providing a technology. So we're licensed now in many states in the US. We have a BIT license in New York. We've applied for licenses throughout the world. We have a major payments institution license recently granted by the MAS in Singapore. So over time, we really want to be that go-to place where you can move money quickly whenever you want, however you want, and then start to layer on these other building blocks, if you will.
I mean, just a great video, right? Ripple's goal was always updating this Swift model. I mean, let's be honest. Swift hasn't been upgrading in over 50-something years. Something always has to give. AOL, they thought they were untouchable. Blockbuster, they refused to adopt. Where are they? Bye-bye. There is always going to be something that is better, bigger, and better that comes out. Think about it. Think about pro athletes, right? Perfect example. Over the weekend, I watched the Ronda Rousey fight. I thought it was going to be a UFC fight. It wasn't. It was on MVP. Jake's Paul Little, he's trying to compete with the UFC. Ronda Rousey, when she fought in the UFC, was the best, the greatest female fighter. Everyone said she was untouchable. No one comes up to her abilities, her skills, right? Well, then she got in the ring with Holly Holm. Holly Holm knew the game plan. Don't let her get a hold of you, because she gets a hold of you because she's one of the best female jiu-jitsu people in the world, right? that she was going to take you down and make you tap. Holly was a kickboxer. She kept her distance, kept her at distance with the jab, kept her off guard with the legs, weakened her base so she couldn't explode in and take you down. And she ended up what? Getting the win. There will always be something, whether we look at athletes, people, jobs out there, or this SWIFT system. There is always going to be something that will come out that will be better than you. And we got a cat that jumped on the desk, and we need to try to slowly make her way by. There is her passing. Everyone can say hi to Joe. I got to sit up straight because she needs to sit behind me. What happens when you own cats, everyone? Which moves us to this. Eric Trump, he was out there on Fox News. This is an older clip, but this is all very relevant, especially to the last clip that I just showed you. Eric Trump, SWIFT, it's outdated. Real-time settlement is the future. What did Ripple say their goal was? Their goal was to update SWIFT. Eric Trump is on the same path, is putting out the same statement that Ripple's putting out. Who's been going to the White House? Who's been a part of the Clarity Act? Who's been a part of all these in-depth discussions at the White House about making the US the crypto capital of the world? Who controls a lot of XRP that could potentially give it to the White House as well? That answer is Ripple. And Eric Trump, he says everything in this clip that we've been talking about for quite some time. SWIFT, bye-bye. Welcome in a new way to move money and settle flows around the world. 24/7, 365.
Brian, it's infuriating. We had nowhere to go. Capital One stripped 300 bank accounts from me. 300 in the middle of the night. They sent us a letter after doing business for 20-something years. All your bank accounts for golf courses and condominium buildings and hotels, they're all gone in the middle of the night. I mean, how do you pay your taxes? How do you pay your employees? This happened across the board. It happened with JP Morgan Chase. It happened with Bank of America. It happened with First Republic. And this wasn't just happening to the Trumps, people with a lot of zeros on the end. This was happening to conservatives all over the country. We didn't have a damn choice. So before my father won the election, before my father was in office, we started getting into cryptocurrency. The people in cryptocurrency were being debanked just like Trump was being debanked.
Right.
And you know what? It's become the fastest growing industry anywhere in the world. It's actually removed a lot of the power from the big banks who have weaponized their platforms against the American people, and I could not be more proud to be.
I don't know.
Weaponized their platforms against the American people. I mean, well said by Eric, and Eric's right. Crypto is the fastest growing asset class, a new asset class. And what happens once the Clarity Act gets signed in and all that institutional money floods in? That goes back to the beginning video that we showed you from Rick Edelman. As soon as this bill passes, and no one knows when it's going to pass, cross your fingers, by July 4th, you are going to see a tidal wave of new money enter into crypto. Institutional money, which is the most important part, because retail doesn't move these markets anymore. The institutions move these markets. Folks, as always, I appreciate everyone that can hit that like and subscribe. This is not financial advice. It never is, and it never will be. Please do your own research. All the information sourced on the screen, these are official pieces of information. That's what we do around here. We show you real info, not the hype, not the fake news, not some made-up ChatGPT infograph. This is all real. It's all documented. Hold tight, folks. Remember, there's always something that is bigger and better out there, and there will always be a replacement. That's going to do it for me. I'll see y'all